There are many ways to prepare for an audition, but basically it depends on what you're auditioning for. If you're auditioning for a play or musical, say, where it's a very well-known piece, you have to decide how you're going to audition. How do you see the character? You generally don't want to do anything out of the ordinary at an audition, although you might want to interpret it certain ways. If it's a character you're auditioning for that you do not know, either a musical or a play you don't know, what you might want to do is learn as much as you can about the character. If you can ask the director or the casting director, they'll let you know certainly as much as they have or they want to let you know. Now sometimes an actor can be precast. You get a call from a director and he or she tells you they want you to do this role, or sometimes they want you to audition for a role. When that occurs, what you want to do is basically find out why did they think of you. There could be many reasons. I've gotten precast in roles because I've done the role before, or the director worked with me and thought of me. One of those things like, oh, you know who would be perfect for this? Let's call him. So that kind of happens all the time. So make sure that you understand why it is that they wanted to cast you. Once you have the role and the whole play is cast and you do a read-through, the process of learning the lines and learning the character and the blocking sort of have to all come together. And you do that basically yourself with the director and with the fellow cast members, because everything affects everything else. Learning the lines is interesting. Everyone has their own different method of doing it. What I see a lot today is people using, and I use myself, is on their phones, the voice recorder. And you record everybody else's line, and then you just leave a space for yours so that once you start learning it, you can sort of just listen to the scene without your lines in, that you could just put in your lines. Other people have different methods. They memorize it different ways. But the trick is always learning the dialogue with the blocking. And when you have a director that says, if you're doing, there's theaters in the area, for example, that basically expect you to be off book when you show up, that can be tricky, because someone like me and a lot of younger actors that are getting older, through high school and college and whatnot, sometimes you learn through the blocking. I know that I say this speech at the table when I'm sitting, or I know that line is when I'm over here at the door. You just have to figure out a way to balance that out. I usually say that that's when the lines get cemented, when the blocking comes into it. Recently did a play and it had a speech, and in the middle of the speech, I had the line, "Now, come on now," or something along those lines. If I'm standing, maybe in the middle of that speech, I might slam my hand on the desk. Maybe if I'm sitting down in a chair, and then I say, "Oh, come on now," maybe then I get up. Again, it has to do with where I'm blocked and how, that affects how you say the line. And then that leads into the last part, which is other actors. Of course, the old adage is that acting is reacting. Someone's reaction to you definitely affects the way that you say it. I have done roles in the same role in more than one production with different actors playing the opposite roles or the scene partners, and I could see a world of difference. I could tell you on numerous occasions where my performance was enhanced, got better, because of the person delivering the lines of another character. So basically, learning the lines, learning the meaning of the dialogue, understanding the character, understanding the movement, the blocking, And being able to work with the director and other actors is the key for preparing for a role in a general kind of way.